In this video, we're going to learn more about the tires used for F1 racing. And you can see here there are various options that they can choose for the different road condition. And in general, there are just two types. Basically, the first three here, there are soft slick, or rather it's a smooth kind of tires for dry weather, dry road. And this two here is hard tires with the treading here, you can see. And this is for wet weather or wet roads. Now this can be a bit puzzling for us because all this while we are told that if our typical car, if the treads are worn out after maybe 2 or 3 years, we have to change to a new set of tires. So to prevent you from skiing on the road, so we tend to think that with the treads we will provide the friction, the grip force on the road. But on the other hand, F1 car, they are driving so fast, can go up to 300 plus km/h, and yet they are using such a smooth tire. So wouldn't it be more dangerous to use this kind of tires? Of course, the science behind all these F1 tires are more complicated, but let's just go through a brief introduction. So for the dry weather here, you will see that the tire is actually soft and they are actually preheated like I mentioned just now, and to make it soft, and and you can see that if you zoom in on the floor here, the floor on the road is actually not smooth. So, and if the tire is actually very soft, it can actually grip onto the road much better. And this gripping, this friction or the traction is actually very good, and that's how the car can go very fast and can turn sharp corners at high speed. On the other hand, if we were to use those typical tire that our typical car has, okay, so they are harder and with the tread here, and you can see that there's very little grip onto the floor. So this will actually cause the car to ski much easily if you're going to turn a sharp corner at very high speed. On the other hand, on the wet weather here, they will change their tire from the soft slick to the hard tires. And why is it so? So you can see that if they are going at high speed, all right, so at certain speed, because the water between the tire and the road, there's no time for them to be displaced out. Okay, so that means to say there's a layer of water, and that layer will actually reduce the friction because the tire is not touching onto the rough surface of the road. So with that layer of water, the friction, the grip is lost, so the car will just ski easily and there's no traction. So that's why you need to change to a hard tire that is meant for wet weather. So all the groove here, the treads here, is for the water. At a certain speed, at the same speed, the water can be displaced to the left and right into the grooves here, into the tread here, so that there's a higher chance of the tire still maintaining contact with the road. That's why you still have certain grip compared to the soft, slick and smooth tire. So that's the reason. So as you can see, for our typical car, we do not have the luxury of somebody changing the tire for you depending on the dry or wet weather. So to be more practical, we'll just stick to this kind of tire with the tread there, so it can be used for dry or wet weather. But no matter what, don't drive too fast, because you will still get into accident easily. The car can ski. So I hope you understand now.